Sales Manager's Workbench. With the Sales Manager's Workbench add-on, you will have access to the following features: quantity takeoff, invoicing based on project progress, maintains of master data such as revision parameters, formulas, create and change service entry sheets, customer approval which will lead to releasing a service entry sheet, output documents, for example, external work performance sheets, reporting. The Sales Manager's Workbench is a Prefab SAP add-on which is used within the billing process. Based on project progress, specific quantities of any item can be billed from the contract to the customer. An item can consist of a number of actions or activities that are performed during the project. The Prefab SAP Sales Manager's Workbench has several features: create, modify or display a service entry sheet, print a service entry sheet, which can be sent as a progress report to the customer, reports on already created service entry sheets with the appropriate details, maintenance of financial accounts serving the various entries that have been created from the Sales Manager's Workbench, maintenance of revision parameters for calculating revision per item, maintenance of project-specific review parameters and formulas, simulating a revision formula. Creating a service entry sheet is based on a contract that is recorded in SAP. The contract contains all the activities that can be executed during the project. The activities are included in the contract based on a so-called bill of quantity structure. This bill of quantity is ultimately reflected in the Prefab SAP Sales Manager's Workbench. The input is divided into three sections, namely the standard entries, more work items, and items pending with the customer. For each item you can see the contractual quantities in the pink columns, the quantities charged thus far in the green columns, the cumulative amounts in the blue columns. In addition, specific details as indicated per item such as used revision formula, long text, unity of the customer or contractual amounts can be overwritten. In the column amount, quantity, or cumulative amount, cumulative quantity, the amounts to be invoiced will be shown, which should be invoiced for a certain period, input quantities. After the quantities have been entered, the revision can be calculated over the imported items. When the system is finished with the calculation, a pop-up appears which identifies the total amount, including the revision and the original amount. In addition, you can enter an interest date to calculate possible interest on outstanding invoices. These queries all follow the standard SAP method. Next, the service entry sheet will be saved under a unique document number. A log will provide you with exact data on the actions performed. It could of course happen that a customer disagrees with the offered amounts. In this case, the service entry sheet can be adjusted. When the adjusted amounts are approved, the service entry sheet needs to be released. With this action, the service entry sheet will be finalized and a debit memo request document will be created in SAP. This document provides the foundation for creating a billing document with a matching invoice that will be sent to the customer. The Prefab SAP Sales Manager's Workbench is an integrated solution for organizations working on a project basis, where the periodical billing occurs based on the progress of a project. The Prefab SAP Sales Manager's Workbench fully integrated with other Prefab components such as the Prefab SAP Project Manager's Workbench. The expected revenue from the Sales Manager's Workbench will be shown in the Project Manager's Workbench. There is also integration with the standard SAP billing feature to create invoice documents and financial reservations. Benefits for you are a central view to enter, modify and release project progress. Intuitive display using colors for improved clarity. Integrated with standard SAP and other prefab SAP components. Detailed report of changes available.